In photos, Tropical Storm Harvey HOUSTON Harvey was taking aim at Texas again Tuesday and forecast to make landfall Wednesday somewhere along the Lone Star State's border with Louisiana after swamping the Houston area with record rainfall and deadly flooding. Among the latest confirmed victims of the now tropical storm was veteran Houston police officer Steve Perez, 60, who drowned while driving to work on Sunday. The city's police chief, Art Acevedo, confirmed Tuesday just hours after his body was found. "The wife told me she asked him not to go in," Acevedo said, his voice choking with emotion. His response was, "We got work to do," confirming death of at Houston Police SGT. Steve Perez, 60, on Sunday, caught in floodwaters while driving to duty. #hero #Harvey Flood Sylvester Turner. At Sylvester Turner, August 29, 2017. As it makes landfall again, Harvey was expected to pack winds of up to 45 miles per hour and drench the upper Texas coast and southwestern Louisiana with anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of rain before heading deeper into Dixie. The National Weather Service warned. Louisiana Gov. John Bell Edwards said they expect to get even more rain and warned there could be power outages and hundreds of trees could topple because the ground is already saturated. It is not going to turn back into a hurricane or anything of the sort. But the winds are picking up a bit, Edwards said. "We do anticipate over the next 24 hours that southwest Louisiana will see an additional 10 to 24 inches of rain." Already some 269 people were in shelters. More than a dozen government offices were closed, and 671 members of the Louisiana National Guard were working on Harvey operations, the governor said. And LT. Previous slide 1 of 6. Next slide and GT. Image. In this aerial photo, floodwaters from Tropical Storm Harvey surround an apartment complex. This storm is going to play out over the next 48 to 72 hours, Edwards said. It has tremendous potential to continue to drop heavy amounts of water and to prevent people from going about their normal business in a safe manner. In New Orleans, Mayor Mitch Landrieu marked the 12th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, which devastated his city and sparked an exodus to residents to new lives in Houston. Related, Trump waves Texas flag. "We love you. You are special. We lost 1,800 fellow Americans, and the devastation we experienced was great," said Landrieu. No city welcomed more New Orleanians following Katrina than Houston, and our hearts break for them as Hurricane Harvey displaces so many of their citizens. President Donald Trump has already declared a disaster in 5 Louisiana parishes ahead of the storm's arrival, authorizing FEMA to coordinate relief efforts there and allowing the federal government to cover some emergency costs. Harvey slammed into Texas on Friday as a Category 4 hurricane and then stalled over the nation's fourth-largest city and the surrounding suburbs, turning highways into rivers and doing billions of dollars in damage. 5 people were confirmed dead, and Houston Police Chief Acevedo warned that number could rise dramatically once the waters that have hampered rescue efforts finally recede. Among the likely but unconfirmed victims were 6 members of the Saldivar family who were feared dead after their van was swept into Houston's Greens Bayou. The Weather Channel warned that localized storm total rain amounts of up to 50 inches are not out of the question by later this week because of the additional 10 to 20 inches expected. This may end up being one of the worst flood disasters in U.S. history. It added, "It's already one for the record books." The record for total rainfall in the continental U.S. was smashed. 149.2 inches was recorded at an intersection in the Houston suburb of Friendswood. The previous record was 48 inches. According to the National Weather Service, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner reported more than 3 500 people have been rescued since the weekend and 150 remained in critical situations. The city's 911 operators were struggling to answer the numerous desperate calls for help, and the George R. Brown Convention Center, which has a capacity for about 5,000 people, was filled way past capacity with people seeking shelter from the storm. The Department of Homeland Security said it was sending reinforcements to Texas to help bolster security forces while Gov. Greg Abbott ordered the entire Texas National Guard, about 12,000 members, to report for duty. Trump arrived in Texas later Tuesday and praised the ongoing recovery efforts from the epic storm. Meanwhile, the U.S. Coast Guard said it was taking more than 1,000 calls per hour and dispatching helicopters and boats from as far away as Maine and California to Texas to help with rescues. People were rescued from pretty much everywhere, said CMDR Jim Spittler, commanding officer of Air Station Houston. Most of them are rooftops, but they've been on top of cars. They've been on bridges. They've been in their attics. Phil McCausland reported from Houston. Corky Smazka reported from New York City.